Yeah. She's coming. Here she is.
I've got some really good news for you.
Oh, I like good news. What
We're 40 today. This is Saturday video 40.
Going back.
The big 40.
Going back.
I know we can both be younger. So 40. That's amazing, isn't it?
Mm.
How many of you out there have watched all 40 of our Saturday videos?
Yeah, it's a bit of fun.
Yeah, a lot of people have watched quite a few of them.
So what are we talking
Which
about
we
today?
love. Well, I got a peaceful, easy feeling. Do you know what, this week, everybody? I have started over the last, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 weeks. I've really got back into doing my jewellery, and I've been getting up at 5:30 in the morning and making jewellery, making a bit of money. It's been really nice. But the most important thing is that I have come, I mean, I'm always feeling, I'm always pretty happy and all that sort of stuff, but I feel very peaceful and content and comfortable, everything. You know that feeling when you just feel really good?
You think you're in control?
Maybe.
Do you think you're in control, or do you think...
Or is it just that I'm doing something that
you
makes
meet-
me really happy?
Or you're meeting your expectation? You know, if you've got an expectation up here,
Yeah.
and you're down here, whether it be in your fitness, or whether it be in your
Maybe
financial
that's what it
status, or
is.
in how you
Maybe.
look, or what knowledge you have, if you've got a bigger expectation
Yeah.
than where you're achieving,
Maybe that's
you
what
get
it is.
pissed off.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that.
Well, when you go to a concert and you go, I'm going to a concert tonight, I don't really know much about him. That was like Michael Bublé for me.
Yeah.
I don't really know that much about him, and I didn't have much expectation. And I went and I was blown away. He was absolutely unbelievable. And that was really nice. And other times you've had a really big expectation, like I went and saw Steely Dan.
Somehow we've got off the topic of the peaceful, easy feeling.
The peaceful, easy feeling. It's all about expectation,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yes,
Isn't it being
but
comfortable?
Yes. I think so, maybe. Because I was chatting to RACHAEL Birmingham. She's the girl who wrote the 4 Ingredients books and now that new book, Savvy. In fact, I've made a video with her that I just put up a couple of days ago, so I'll put the link to it under here.
Hi, Rachel.
And and there's a prize. If you share that video, she's going to give her book away we're going to pick it out of a hat or something.
And she has got good energy.
Great energy, and she's also a mentor, for people and all that sort of stuff. And I was just on the phone to her one day, and we were talking about jewelry, and she said, "Right, I think I said this last week. She said, what did I want to do? How much did I want to make a week?" She said, "How do you go about it?" She said to me, "Do this." I did that, and
Mind
it's
you,
worked.
I could have told her this, but sometimes
I know.
it's like taking your wife for skiing lessons in the snow.
Are you speaking
It's
from
always
experience?
better that the instructor tells them how to ski rather than the husband.
Yeah,
It's
that's
sort
true.
of
Nobody wants to be told
the
what to do by
ingredients
their
for a
partner.
big fight.
I don't think we've ever had a big fight, except when you've taken me down a hill that's far too steep. And
Oh,
fortunately, Paul's father was there, who was
That
lovely.
wasn't a fight. I just got told off and I had to get on my mat.
Yeah, it's very scary when you're looking
Anyway.
over a cliff and you're like, oh my God, how am I going to get
When
down
Rachel
there?
came over, she bought a slab of Coronas. She walked in, she chopped up the onion, squashed up the avocado, put the
She
chili
was
in,
great fun.
made the guacamole, and it was all happening.
Yeah,
She was good
But
fun.
her new book, Savvy, is really fantastic. I love it because it makes everything so simple. And she's a mum of all these kids and has managed to do all this amazing stuff.
3 kids.
Well, they're all
These
she's got
kids.
twins.
You make it sound like she's got a menagerie.
Well, sounds like it is a menagerie to me. 3 and twins. Or isn't it 4?
Who's that with you there?
That's Bernadette Donahue. Hello, Bernadette, if you're watching. Bernadette,
Can't see without my glasses
that was
on.
at
I've
the
got
Prince concert, and she came up to me at the Prince
yes.
concert
Lovely.
and introduced herself. Yeah, that was fun. I love it when people do that. If you've seen
Can I
it
give
out
you?
and about.
I'll tell you a funny story. Megan
And
told
you
me
watched
when
the
she
video,
came
what?
home that night. A person came up and asked Megan for directions because she had a fluoro vest on.
I thought I was working
And they
there.
thought that Megan was working there, like the guys
That's
that
so
work on the
true.
roads with the fluoro top.
That is
And
funny, isn't
Megan
it?
said, I think you want that person over there.
I had this
She was
on the
pretty
right
loud.
space too. I don't know what's going on here.
Wow.
I had it, everyone, on the bit for the questions. So now we're just going to have to suffer through me finding it. Do you want to talk a bit? What gives you a peaceful, easy feeling?
Well, I'm doing some exercise. I went and had a swim just now, just before we did this. So I've been down at the Harold Holt Pool swimming laps. And I
Yeah.
feel good, actually. Had a good sleep.
It's a long
And,
weekend here in Australia, so it's actually Monday.
Today is Monday.
It's
So-
a Monday long weekend, but we're pretending it's Saturday.
So, and I think every day having felt like I've done something effective.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I have difficulty in wasting time. I've got to keep moving and doing things all the time, as you know.
Yeah, Paul's like a fart in a bottle, I think I've described you as before.
I can relax when I'm on holidays because that's obviously
He does,
the time
you really do.
when you're
don't you?
allowed to relax. But if I'm at home, there's things to do.
Okay, so this
What's
is
the
what I
fun?
wrote. I wrote on Facebook, I am feeling incredibly peaceful and happy. I'd really like to talk about that feeling and being aligned to what is really true for you.
Here she comes, cantering around the table.
Okay, sorry about that. A friend of mine who I haven't seen for ages was just messaging me, so I'll turn that down so we don't hear that again if that happens.
So what's the question?
We're talking about peaceful, easy feeling and feeling relaxed and feeling aligned with what you should be doing. And I was speaking to a girl this week that really got me thinking about that, and she was making some decisions about her life and it didn't seem to ring true to me, and we just had a nice talk about it, and it really got me thinking about alignment and how you need to do what feels right. Like if you've been offered something and suddenly you're thinking, or if you know, like someone's going to go, oh, I wouldn't do that. Like, you know what's right. Deep down, you know the answer, I think. Don't you? And if it aligns to you, it should feel really good. It should just be like, you know what a great opportunity. Do you agree with that?
Because sometimes people go for the quick fix.
Yes, that's true.
And sometimes where they want to get to might take a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And they think they're going to get there on the fast track.
Yes, a lot of people do want that quick fix, and it's a shame because I think
Like,
the journey is sort of part of the fun, because I know that when I got my bed linen into all the stores, I know that when I went into Myer and there was my bed linen on the bed and it was like, oh my God, that should have been like the crescendo and the greatest time. But I think the greatest time was when I'd present my designs and I'd been working on them and then we'd discuss it and sort of the journey. It wasn't necessarily seeing the finished product. It was the thrill of thinking, wow, it's going to happen, and
well, I've been doing the same thing for 32 years and my business is still evolving.
Yeah. Well, that's because of all the social media stuff too, isn't it? Everything's changing.
Everything.
That's why people say you can't really make a 5-year plan these days, because everything's changing all the time.
Well, but you need to know where you want to be.
Yes.
But things are evolving.
But you can't set a business plan hard and fast and stick by it these days, as such. Okay. Tim McCann just says, hello, he's feeling happy today too. So
Nothing
that's nice.
better.
No, that's good. I like to hear that. And then Kelvin. Hello, Kelvin. We love hearing from you.
I bet you Calvin asks a question every week.
He does. He said, I read him the question before, and he's been a smarty, isn't he?
Wouldn't be the same, Calvin, if you didn't ask.
No, I like him asking a question. And Kelvin's like 18 or 19. I think he's 19. And he said that he's going to college right now. And this week he went to his church and heard some amazing singer. Hang on, who was it? Christian artisty. Christian Kirk Franklin. I'm reading Christian artist as if it's a name. It's so funny.
I married her.
Well, I was just sort of glancing down. Okay, because the exclamation that look next to artist looked like artisty, and I'm thinking, oh,
I've
that's
been trying
okay.
to tell you for the last 5 years when you pointed at it and I haven't got my glasses on, I can't see it, but anyway.
So Kirk Franklin was the name of this artist that he saw, who really moved him to, tears. And Kelvin's saying that he doesn't really feel like at college that he's knowing his direction. And you know what? I don't think you have to know. There are no hard and fast rules that any decision you make now is going to be what you do for the next 20 years.
Got to try a few things.
Yeah. God, I would never have imagined I'd make YouTube videos.
Got to try a
of
few
jewelry.
things until you get the traction to the ground, and then you think, yep, I can do that, and all of a sudden you then work towards it.
Yeah. You don't have to make those decisions, but you need to take steps to get you to do something you'll like.
Well, I'll tell you, doing nothing is the worst, because then you'll never find out.
That's right.
So try as many different things, even the most random of things, because you might have a great experience and then all of a sudden you see a vocation in that random experience.
That's right.
That's how
exactly
it happens.
right. So don't worry about that you don't know where you're heading exactly yet, because I think too many people put too many pressures on kids leaving schools, to make choices about college and what are you going to be when you grow up and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't even know till you finished school.
No, I knew.
You sat all those exams and everything.
Well, you
were going to be a doctor.
Yeah, but there was a backstop. I had a backstop.
Did you? Well, I didn't know I was going to be a jewellery designer. I was going to be a primary school teacher.
I don't think you were born at that stage of my life when I was doing that work.
Probably not.
Yes.
And then Kelvin says, do you feel like you are living your purpose right now? Yeah, absolutely. I do.
Very comfortable.
Yeah, I feel good. I really like making these videos and connecting with you guys around the world. That makes me feel really good. I like it. I love it. And I would never have imagined that I would do that. Because as you've heard me say a million times, I can't act or anything. So the thought of, acting or anything on television like that freaks me out. But this is easy. This doesn't freak me out. I could be on camera anywhere just as me and it's fine.
I enjoy my work and I really enjoy spending time with you and the kids.
That's nice.
And then
you like doing these videos too, secretly.
But, Zoe and I, because Maxie's away at the moment, so Zoe and I have been spending more time driving around, getting the hours up. We've hit the target. But it's really nice to spend time with the kids to try and make them smarter.
Heather says she's glad we're happy. That's nice.
Saw you were in your pyjamas or your onesie all day yesterday.
Yes, Heather was in her pyjamas.
Yeah.
And happy birthday to Dale and Potter for yesterday. Happy birthday. Actually, it was Saturday, but it's probably yesterday for you. I saw that there.
You're confusing me. Don't worry, come on. Just do it.
Well, because it's American time.
I know.
Okay, Annie said, I finally understood that to be in the space you have to look inward. It's not the job house partner that will give you this feeling, but it is once you let that peaceful feeling come in. Yeah, you've got to be comfortable with yourself. I can't say to Paul, you know what, if you...
You make me comfortable.
Yeah, if you bought me this, I would be this. Or
which reminds me, like you see weddings and you see couples and
You're
they
going to be out of the film if you
they
step
say,
too tall.
you make me one. Well, you really want to be one before you meet, because I can't rely on you for my happiness and you can't rely on me
that's right.
for your happiness. So it's better that you're happy before you get married.
I agree.
Or in a partnership. And then you enjoy each other together.
Yeah, I agree. So that's true. Phoebe says that she noticed the other night you went to the football and I wrote on my Facebook page that I was homemaking jewellery. These are some of my new ones. That I was homemaking jewellery and feeling really content. And I do feel really content just sitting in my jewel room. And Paul feels really happy going to the football, don't you? And he went with one of the guys from work who barracks for the team.
The opposing team.
Yeah.
And we won.
Yeah, you would have loved that.
I did. But I was pretty low.
Poor Michael, Rachel. It's a friend of ours, Rachel. And she said to me she watches our videos.
He was very gracious, actually. He was very gracious.
And that's her husband. Rachel's in Japan at the moment. Now, there's someone who's doing something separately and together at the same time, because Rachel and Michael are bringing up their kids to speak Japanese.
Because Rach speaks fluent Japanese.
Yeah, and so she's gone to Japan with the two kids for a couple of months.
She doesn't know it, but you've got a nickname, Rachel.
What is it?
Okimura. I ask Michael in the mornings, how's Okimura going? Remember that old commercial about the surfing guy?
Paul always likes a nickname for everyone, though.
Yeah, so we call Rach Okimura.
So hi, Rachel.
Hi, Okimura.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Okay, so Phoebe's one of my friends from OWN, those girls that I met in America when I went over. Hello.
Which time?
I love that group. I have to say, they're a really lovely group. Still Friday night here. Earlier this week, you posted how Paul was going. Okay, so she's saying, maybe you could talk about how it's important for couples to find happiness in separate activities. Because I could think of nothing worse than swimming in a pool. And you love it.
Well, you know what Megan says, don't retire. She said, because I don't want you around the house all day.
No, I don't actually.
I know when my dad retired, and he's 87 coming up, I think it sort of clicked my mum's style a little bit.
Well, you hear all those women saying they have to make lunch for their husbands
in the
middle of the day and the whole thing.
She had a little routine, and all of a sudden Dad was there all the time. And there's a very high profile...
my mum and dad probably say that too.
Well, there's a very high profile business guy in Melbourne who's extremely successful. And he was asked the question, because I think he turned 70 recently, he was asked the question, when are you going, have you considered retiring?
Are we allowed to say who this is?
No.
Was it in the paper or
Yeah,
something?
it was in the paper.
Oh, well, who was it?
Well, it was Ronnie Walker.
Oh, yeah.
And he was asked on his 70th, did he have any plans to retire? And he said, why would you want to ruin a good marriage?
But you know what? I don't think anyone should be with everyone 100% of the time. Really?
Yeah.
It would be... No, that's not a good... I agree, Phoebe, I agree that you do need separate time. I love being on my own. Like, a lot of people think that I probably surround myself with friends all day and head off to lunch and all that, but to get me to go out to a lunch is a major thing, isn't it? I just don't like it. I really... Well, I do when I'm there, but I would hate that to become a part of my everyday thing. I'm happier if I can do my sport.
It's a special treat for you.
Yeah, I do my sport in the morning, have a shower, wash my hair, go to the supermarket, and then I can make jewellery or whatever, or I can, edit some videos and play around. I like that.
So what else did Phoebe say?
She was just saying how it's nice to do separate things.
Well, it is.
Lisa said she can relate to Kelvin saying about he was very moved in the church. And you know what? A lot of people do find comfort in church, and that's really nice. Yep. I reckon it's whatever works for you. My personal belief is that, you know, we're all the same and that it's just a universal force. So you can call it God, you can call it the universe, you can call it whatever you like.
The greater force.
Yeah, whatever. But to me, it's the same thing. Like, it's just a universal energy. You can call it whatever name you like.
Did you come from the USS Enterprise, Dr. Spock?
What's that supposed to mean? Does it sound a bit freaky, does it? Does it?
Warp Factor 7, Mr. Sulu.
What's that? Oh, I didn't even watch that. You are older than me. Why? Do you think that's...
Captain James T. Kirk on the USS Enterprise?
I do think it's tricky talking about religion,
Are you extraterrestrial? Do you believe in flying saucers?
I do, I think.
Really?
I think it'd be naive to think we're the only like living creatures in the universe.
I'm not going to get us started. Here we go. I won't get us started.
Don't you think? My mum loves all this topic of discussion, that there's
Jihad Marge.
other things out there. I think there are. Don't you? If you don't think there's another living thing in the universe, in the whole universe.
Did you see the photographs from Mars this week?
You tell me about them.
Well, there's nothing there, you know. They're looking for water.
Who says it has to be Mars? Just because that's all that we know. There's the universe extends like...
You think they're going to live on Mercury, where it's like, 500
It doesn't have to be one
Celsius?
of the ones we know.
You reckon they're going to live at the other extreme?
I don't know where they live or whether they travel in flying saucers, but I do think there's other life forces.
Well, let's talk about things we can control here and now.
So religion is tricky
may or may
because
not be.
it can get people in disagreement with each other, and I think we're all the same.
So what's the next question?
So there, you avoiding conflict. Carol said she's wondering if we had any pets. I love dogs. Max and I are getting a dog one day. Someone here's not crazy about dogs, but we did have a little doggy for a while there, Lollipop, and she was beautiful. Very cute little dog, wasn't she? Yes. So Maxie, when he moves out of home, will get a dog one day. We sort of have travelled too much. Well, we do. We travel a bit and it's hard.
I bet you he won't. Anyway.
Paul reckons Max will be too fastidious to get a dog. Is that why you think?
Well, who knows? It's possible.
He'll get a doggy. And then we'll have to look after it when he goes away.
No. Can go to Zoe's.
Now you can see why we haven't got a dog. Yeah. Paul's eating oranges.
It's alright, bugger the sugar dart. I like a bit of fruit.
I am not eating oranges because I am not eating sugar, although I did have, it smells good, I did have some cheesecake the other day because I had a dinner party. But you know what, I figure I'm not going to never, ever, ever have sugar again, but I'm just not having it in my general life. I'll make exceptions every now and then because, you know, that's a bit of fun. Okay, so that was the doggy question where we got cut off. One day, Max and I will have a dog.
What's next?
Tarkin said, this is a random question. How do you straighten your hair? Well, I do have curly hair, so what I do is I wash it with, I like the Alpha Path shampoo. It's an Italian shampoo and I love it because it makes my hair really soft. And then I put like a cream that straightens it in.
Let me tell you,
the same brand.
It's a big process.
It's not. It's much easier to do it straight than curly.
Myself. Prefer it curly myself.
Pepper likes it curly. It's much easier for me to do it straight these days. So anyway, I get the blow dry and I do the fringe first. Not that I've got much of a fringe, and then I just brush it out and blow dry it at the same time. And I like that new Moroccan oil stuff. It's really good. Anyway, so I just spray all that in, and then I lift up these bits here like that. And I do the underneath layers with the brush, and then I go over it with the hair straightener, and then I do that. It probably takes me 10 minutes. Seriously, it's much easier than doing it curly, which you wouldn't think because curly is my natural thing. I know that's a bit girly-whirly for you, but some people like to know these things.
Just go down to the beach and get some salt water and it'll go curly-whirly naturally.
I don't know. Anyway, Karen here. Hello, Karen.
Is that our Karen?
Our Karen. We haven't heard from her for a while. I think she's been studying hard.
Probably watching too much TV.
Yes, why do you say that?
She doesn't have a telly.
I forgot. She just said how she's sick of winter and it's cold and she hates it.
Oh no, I love winter. I've been for a swim today, at the Harold Holt pool. It was all misty. You couldn't even see the end. At the 50 metres at the end of the pool, you couldn't see because of all the mist rising because it's always 25 or 26 degrees
See,
Celsius.
that does not appeal to me at all to jump in a cold pool.
Well,
Or to get out, when the
what
wind's
about these
kind of blowing
beautiful
around you and you're all warm and
these
empty in the
beautiful
cold.
still sunny days? What
Yeah,
about
that's nice.
an
I
open
went for a walk
fire?
with
What
my
about
friend
an open
Christine.
fire at night?
Oh, yeah.
What about skiing?
I'd rather an outdoor barbecue and sitting out by the pool with a glass of wine.
What else has Karen got to say?
Doesn't that sound more appealing to you?
No, I like winter.
Oh, is our light flashing again?
Yes, well, we might have to do without the light.
Really? I don't think so. I like the light.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't think we've got the light now and it looks just the same.
Does it?
Yeah.
All right, if we suddenly look nowhere near as exciting, it's because we turned off our special light.
Might look younger because you won't see all the wrinkles.
I like the light. Karen said she thinks it's an interesting name that we call a cold because you get a cold in the winter. She said it's not like in the summer when you get sick and you go, I've got a hot. It's a bit of comic relief there, everybody. Because she hasn't asked us a question. She's just kind of offering wintry opinions.
Do you know what happened to me this morning when I was coming back from breakfast?
No.
I got breathalyzed.
Did you? And?
It was just police with a divvy van.
Did they get you with your morning shot of scotch?
Well, standing in the middle of the road and he's going, pull over. So I did, and he said, have you had anything to drink? And I said, 2 coffees, a couple of glasses of water.
Paul's not a big drinker at all.
Could you imagine me? Was he kidding? It was like 8:30 in the morning.
Did you drink last night?
No.
I'm just trying to think what we did last night. What did we do? Oh, we didn't have a drink.
No.
Oh, we went out for lunch yesterday, but that would be...
But I didn't drink. I had 2 beers.
Yeah.
But no, the answer is I might only have only 3 drinks. But the answer is, anyway, I was amazed he didn't do a registration check and he didn't do a license check.
No, you probably looked like an upstanding citizen.
I said goodbye and on I went. But I reckon they'd catch a few.
But I reckon they would too, because I have had that feeling. In fact,
when you're blasted from the night before and you get up and drive the kids to school.
Forever. That time that I think I've told you about before, where I had so much tequila, I actually was sick.
You were taking photos of the toilet upside down. Oh my God!
I had the best night. Like, it was so much fun. It was my first night without the kids.
Off the chain,
the kids were little. Paul took them out. I went and had a few. Anyway, they were passing out tequila shots, and so I think I had 6, something hideous like that. I could no more have 6 tequila shots and fly to the moon. Anyway, I came home. I was home and, bathing in the toilet at like 11:15.
I was actually asleep and I thought I heard Megan come in when the door shut, and then there was sort of silence, and then I heard what was going on and I went down.
That's
I felt
tragic.
sorry for her.
Anyway, I swore off tequila, swore I'd never have it, and then of course I did when Oprah came. And I had not touched it until then. But I thought I can't not do it now. I love it again. It's ridiculous. So, anyway, what I was going to tell you about that was, after that night where I did have a ridiculous amount of alcohol, I still felt drunk the next morning.
So it was lucky the coppers weren't round the corner with the breathalyzer that morning.
I don't know that I was driving, but I remember feeling drunk when I woke up in the morning, so I can understand people feeling like that.
Yeah. So what's next?
How did we get onto that?
No. Just thought I'd randomly tell you that I got breathalyzed.
Oh, that's right. See how we go off topic? Claire said, I love the fact you feel that way, that we're feeling peaceful and comfortable and all that sort of stuff. And I believe we all desire that deep inside, but it's not always easy when so many put expectations on us. Well, I don't think you have to...
Expectation.
Yeah. Well, you've only got to put your own expectations and what you want. You don't have to listen to other people, really. She said, thanks for all that we do. That's nice. That's really nice. I love Claire. Claire's really great. She goes on the fitness challenge with me.
Where's Claire from?
Melbourne.
Where?
I don't know what suburb you're from, Claire. I should.
Say where?
But I could look it up on Facebook now, but I'm not there. Anyway, she does the fitness challenge most days. Every now and then I'll read a thing and she'll go, oh, I've gone off the thing and I need to get back doing it again. But generally, she has won the prize for being sticking with it the most with me for the year. Yeah, she really has. It's been great.
So what's next?
I have, however, run every day this year.
Come on, I'm going to go and look at the footy.
Am I boring you?
Yeah.
He wants to do something separate, everybody. Okay, where are we? Okay, Nicole says, these days where peace and happiness seems to be buried under a huge layer of housework responsibilities, deadlines, issues, perhaps sick children or parents, what are some top strategies for getting back to that peaceful, happy state? Look, the truth of the matter is...
Sport.
We all have
Swim,
crappy days.
run.
It's not like I live in this fluffy cloud of contentment all the time.
Really?
Generally, I'm pretty much like this.
That's baloney, you do. You live,
Oh, but
you
you
do
have
live
few
in a
times,
flat.
like things happen or someone dies or you get sick or something happens and it's... Everyone has times
you
when
hear
they
what
feel sad or flat. And so I think you just have to... Sometimes you need a damn good cry. Like if something's really upsetting you, just have a good cry. Put on a really tragic song on the CD and cry.
Yeah, well, look, everything can't be...
I reckon that can feel good
it-
sometimes.
It can't be neutral custard, like as in level. You know, you need happy, sad, light, dark, hard work, relaxation, black, white. You
You
need,
don't. I guess...
you need,
I don't know that you need
need
it, but you have it in your life.
the extremes.
I'd like all the good stuff all
Because
the time.
then
but-
you appreciate either end of the extreme more.
So I just think you just have to
when I'm
plough
freaking
through
out,
that.
when I'm freaking out, I go for a swim.
Or you ring me up and tell me why you're freaking out and then I have to
Freak out
take
with
it on
me.
board. He does. You do that a bit, don't
Do
you?
I?
A little bit, don't you? Do you think you do?
No. I think you live in a white fluffy cloud.
Would you like to come into my white fluffy cloud?
Well, I want a life like you've got.
Do you?
Yeah, you've got the ultimate existence. I'm coming back as Megan.
I'm coming back as you. Because you've got me.
You'll get a bit more grey hair, baby.
So in our next life, we'll be sitting in opposite chairs and we'll be each other in our next life when we're doing these videos.
And I'll have my hair curly.
Will you?
Yeah, not straight.
I'll grow a beard. What a ridiculous conversation that is.
What's next?
Anyway.
Quickly, I'm going. Quickly,
Okay.
quickly, go get the chicken.
Okay. That was funny. Sylvia says, she knows the musician that Kelvin liked. What are you doing?
9 minutes. Okay.
Okay, so Sylvia says she struggles with happiness and true self as life goes on, and questions and doubts arise in her mind, particularly now she's got a baby to care for. Now, here's the telltale thing. Listen to what I'm reading. And you haven't read this. I still struggle also with happiness and true self as life goes on. Questions arise and doubts in my mind, particularly now that I have a baby girl to care for in this world full of negativity and hatred towards one another. That's your perception of the world. That's not my perception of the world. I don't look at that stuff. I surround myself with the people who are positive and love. I don't think about that stuff. And I don't put energy into the negativity of what other people are doing. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think of the world as an ugly, awful place. I think there's some amazing things out there. And so that's what I focus on. I don't focus on the stuff that's not like that. And that might sound, oh, why aren't you focusing on this when people are doing this or that? But the thing is, the best thing you can do is focus on the positive, because the more people that focus on the positive, it generates more happiness and more positivity.
Because I'll tell you, a lot of the media, that's the only way they can sell a show or sell a newspaper.
That's
because
true.
everything has to be expressed in a negative way. Could you imagine if the news came on and the newsreader had a big smiley face behind them and they went, hello, today's the date today, and all of the news was good news stories, and they left out
people
all
love a
the
drama,
people
don't they?
being killed, all the people, car accidents, the drownings, the house fires, the war in the Middle East, the war in Afghan, all this sort of
Yeah, they don't
baloney.
report the good
floods,
stuff like they
the
should.
earthquakes, and all the tragedy.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if all of a sudden all the news was positive?
Yes.
You know what? No one does that.
I know.
They
don't.
should. They
We
should.
do.
Yeah. Because there is a lot of good going on out there.
Yeah, I think there is too. So don't focus on that. I think that's the key.
Yeah.
Sharon said,
Because
I'm
if you focus on it, your baby will focus on it.
yes.
Because
you don't want to be a worrywart going, oh,
That's right. Because you're the
you're
best
teaching.
teacher.
You are the teacher. Someone just said, Sharon Morgan and Natalie are just saying they both feel really relaxed and comfortable when they're at the beach.
Me too.
Makes them feel good, and I think Karen said that before as well. Yeah. It's just even in the winter they like it, looking out, and that's nice. Sally Ann then continued to say that anyone who wanted to come up to Queensland could go and visit her.
Oh, I'll be good on the beach up there. at the
I know,
moment.
she's at Airlie Beach up on the Barrier Reef. Hello.
I saw pictures on her Facebook. It looked beautiful.
Yeah,
Probably
well,
27 to 30 degrees Celsius, like 85
Yeah.
Fahrenheit.
And then Christine, who you met her a couple of weeks ago on my video.
With the beautiful baby.
With little Noah. She said chocolate makes her happy.
Ah.
And
Did you watch 60 Minutes last night?
Where it said that that it makes you feel like you've had drugs, or it affects your brain like you've had drugs. Sugar.
They did a CAT scan immediately.
On a girl sipping Coca-Cola, and it showed the brain activity and how the pleasure centres in her brain were the same as if she'd had cocaine or.
I got to tell you, I like eating chocolate too. It makes me feel good. Yeah. Hi, Christine.
I believe happiness and peace come from my decision to be happy. Exactly. I get to make it my choice. It's my attitude towards life that contributes to this, and by being aware of how blessed I am and by being grateful, this makes me even happier. Gratitude attitude will get you there every time. I agree. When you focus on the good stuff, more good comes. When you focus on the negative stuff, you start noticing all the negative things. Really, it's so easy to change how you're thinking, I think.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. So, everyone, to conclude, I think try and align yourself with what feels good. Don't, like what you said before,
I think, keep going.
To recapture what you said is too many people are after a quick fix.
Yeah.
And too many people go, oh, I want to be on television, or I want to be this, or I want to be that. But why? Like if you want to be on television, take some steps to get you there and do all that sort of stuff.
Sometimes a quick fix is all right.
Oh, joke then. Bye, everybody. Everybody, I've got a special treat for the Saturday video. Look who I have just found.
Hello.
Here's Christopher.
Hello. I haven't seen you for ages.
I
I've
know.
been watching you all over the world and glamorising the world.
Here's Chris. Chris made the cake for Oprah. So I'm going to take you on a little cake trip.
Man of himself. Look.
Look at all these cakes, everyone. This is in South Melbourne and it's called Let Them Eat Cake. Look at these. I like these because they're glittery even. No, yeah, you can see that. These little ones. There's Paul deciding what to eat right now. But you know what I really like? I like these animal print sandal cupcakes. How cute are they? And look.
It's just not one of those passion fruit cupcakes.
Oh, no, that's a tart. Short custard buttercream and a tart. Look, we're getting by.
You're on the Saturday video, you
I don't need to worry about the camera. I'm more worried about the stomach. I'm just trying to work out. Really, I'm feeling a bit peckish. And so
I'm on a no sugar diet at the moment. That's not good for being in here.
Short crust with buttercream.
So I feel maybe I'll have this flourless chocolate.
Oh, you'll always have that, Paul.
Have something you can have that I won't want. I'm not eating sugar.
No. Did you hear about the sugar report yesterday?
No,
They
what?
said don't eat sugar at all. It's unbelievable. Well, cakes are made from sugar.
We love
What do we
sugar.
do? We love sugar.
Oh, we're not going to give it up forever.
And they say to people, don't drink and don't smoke too, or
Yeah.
take drugs, and look what happens.
Well, we're not taking
Not
drugs
well, what do you think, Chris?
or smoking for
The
that
last
matter.
thing you had here was the parents to get.
All right, so they're chatting. So I'll show you some more cakes.
Do you want something?
Look at this one. Oh, that's a phone.
Cakey.
Oh, that's pretty. Oh, look at that little orange. Oh, that's got something to go on the top, the orange
Yeah,
one.
it's got a martini glass on top of it.
Okay, so Chris just got this out. This is a figurine that isn't finished yet. She's a pregnant alien at the moment, isn't she?
She's turning 40. She's having a baby, and she's not very happy with it. She's Mary. She's married, and she's having a baby.
Oh, you know what? Good
And
for her.
she's 40.
And so that glass here, that's going on top of the orange cake that's over here. This on here. Isn't that great?
Piece of apparatus, it's a cake.
Oh my God! Look at that cake. Is he a DJ, Chris? Or is he just
I think he's into memorabilia.
memorabilia?
This guy's an abalone diver who's obviously turning 30. Don't you reckon?
It's great.
How did you know that?
I don't know, I just took a guess.
I think it's so funny, right?
Little
Is he an
snippets on the
abalone?
Saturday video. People like our little bits at the end. Doing
that's-
silly
Hang on, you're
Paul's
delaying
friends
him.
to
I've got to
get-
test it, you know. Test it.
Is that flourless chocolate?
Testing.
Good afternoon.
What is it?
You wouldn't like it.
Okay, so here's Christopher's pinboard at his office. Or in the bakery. So I like the fact he's got the Oprah one. She loved that cake too, didn't she, Christopher?
You did love that cake. We're going to make something. You're going to have something flawless or an orange.
No, I'm being good.
I have something.
I can't.
Have something.
It's peer pressure, everyone. Peer pressure.
You should have your poached orange and almond cake.
I can't. No, I seriously can't because I'm on a no sugar. I can't break
At
it right
all.
now. Just for a couple of weeks. I've told everyone I'm doing it. I can't be on video eating a cake now.
I can't believe
This is
it.
what makes me accountable. This is.
It's not my fault. It's in and out. It's in and out
He
sugar.
forced me to do it. He forced me.
Yeah, with
Paul,
Brendan.
look at this. Look what I found. A Wizard of Oz cake. Look. Zoe, look at the Wizard of Oz cake. Oh my God. Look, everyone.
Megan's beside
Oh. I want a Wizard of Oz cake.
herself. You want everything.
Everybody, Chris just told me that this is his vision board.
It is my vision board, and it's people that I've met and people I've done cakes for, and we have big dreams for big cakes. And all
Yes.
the things that happen to me that are fantastic. Meeting great people, spending great time with lots of different people.
Yeah.
That's what it's really all about. And me in the past. 10
You in
years-
the past.
Me in the past. That's 5
Look
years
at that.
That's 5 years ago.
I like that.
It's a great
Everyone,
photo.
you've got to come in here. What's your address?
It's 149, 147 Cecil Street, South
And
Melbourne.
it's such a cute little store. I
good, isn't
love
it?
it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. Let's get a photo. Go to my
Go on, still going.
go to my Facebook page, and I'll have a whole lot of photos up, and you'll be able to see Chris's Facebook page as well.
Fantastic. See you guys.
I've actually got a dinner party happening here, and everyone's getting a bit rowdy now. We're playing everyone's sort of songs from when they got married, so this is it. Whose song was this? No one's.
This is Paul.
Zoe in the background.
Paul's favourite song. I like it.
Right now.
Right now.
My dedication to my ex. I need my glasses on to read it.
Wait,
It's a
is
shame.
that what the song's called, or is that what you're saying?
That's what the song's called, but it's got a rude version which talks about pussy.
This is the shockproof crutch.
Peter Ross, he knows all about it.
Let's try to assemble us with a skinny arm photograph, everyone. Okay.